Hi, and welcome to Kidney Plugged In. On this special episode, we bring you highlights from the inaugural Living Donor Circle of Excellence event. It was an evening celebrating business leaders in the community who helped to remove the financial barriers to living organ donation. And living kidney donors were on hand to share their inspiring personal stories. So don't go away, because all the highlights of the evening are coming up next, right here on Kidney Plugged In.
Thank you for being here with us today. My name is Ramya Hozak. I'm the Director of Philanthropy at the Kidney Foundation, and it's been a pleasure to work with Dr. John Gill on the Kidney Foundation of Canada's recent strategic partnership with the American Society of Transplantation and Canadian Society of Transplantation of the Living Donor Circle of Excellence initiative.
Hi everyone, my name's John Gill. I'm a kidney transplant doctor at St. Paul's Hospital in Vancouver. Every day, I get to work with people who literally are giving of themselves to help others. And that's a very powerful thing.
Thank you to the Paradox Hotel for hosting us here in the Mansion Lounge. What a fantastic space.
The Living Donor Circle of Excellence is a corporate recognition program where they are eliminating the financial barriers for those who decide to be a living donor. So we're celebrating living donors themselves.
To be part of this amazing community and sit up here with other living donors and hear other people's stories, for me this would just always be something I do.
By the time you die, you're going to use 0.4 of one kidney and you've got two of them. So it's kind of an easy thing to do. It's a couple of months at the most, and then somebody else gets to live.
Circle members who have implemented policies covering their employees for both time and salary, eliminating the financial barrier. Having them a part of this has just been remarkable, that we're really doing a lot of good, both in the United States and in Canada.
We perform about 20,000 kidney transplants every year in Canada and the United States, and 6,000 of those kidneys that we transplant are provided by living donors.
It's such a big thing you're doing for someone. You're saving someone's life, and the gratitude you feel after it's done, it's priceless. And then hopefully you can start that butterfly effect, the chain reaction, and other people hear your story, might get motivated from it. If you have the chance to help any way you can, go 2 feet and go forward, yeah.
There's so much goodwill to be had for the organization and for the employees and their families, and again, supporting patients through that journey. We can remove that financial burden for the employees and the patients, so that more apps perhaps donate. Just remove the barriers. It's really, really incredible.
The fact that companies are coming forward and want to help people to be living donors, because as a living donor myself, 12 years ago, I was working. My husband was on disability pension, and if I hadn't been able to carry on getting a salary, I couldn't have afforded to do it. And I got significant help from not only my employer, but also from the Kidney Foundation, and we were very grateful for that.
As corporations, as businesses, being able to make this easier for people to not have to worry about their paychecks, that's going to be huge. And so I'm just I'm so excited about this, because I think this will start turning the page and making access available for people to be able to do this easier.
I'm in a part of a union of 7,500 members, so if we can get the ball rolling on that kind of end, and not just healthcare-wide, but other companies and stuff like that can see the benefits and the paid leave and the financial burden is taken off, I think it'd be a great initiative, and you will probably see a lot more people step up to the plate. So thank you again for doing what you guys are doing.
So why do we need living donors? Right now, there's 100,000 people waiting for a transplant in North America. Sadly, 20 of those people will die every day.
There's people that are dying because there's not enough kidneys out there. And it's an easy process. Spread the word.
Just to have that moment, to be able to see that look on someone's face, to know that you've given them something that they needed more than anything in the world, is huge. So if, tell your friends, bring a company buddy along, sign up, let's do this thing. I'm getting a plant.
So honest and so frank.
Hi everyone, my name's John Gill. I'm a kidney transplant doctor at St. Paul's Hospital in Vancouver. Every day, I get to work with people who literally are giving of themselves to help others. And that's a very powerful thing. The fact that we're all linked is evident in the work that I do every day. Very simply, without a donor, there is no transplant. So why do we need living donors? Right now, there's 100,000 people waiting for a transplant in North America. Sadly, 20 of those people will die every day. We perform about 20,000 kidney transplants every year in Canada and the United States, and 6,000 of those kidneys that we transplant are provided by living donors. We think many more people could donate kidneys to help others, but there's barriers, and the main barrier is financial. The average donor needs about 4 weeks of time to recover after the donor surgery, and for most donors, that's an unfunded activity. The Living Donor Circle of Excellence is a program that's trying to correct that. The Living Donor Circle of Excellence is a corporate recognition program that celebrates companies that simply adopt a work leave policy that says, if we have an employee that's going to donate a kidney, we're there to cover their salary. The minimum requirements to be a member of the Circle of Excellence are to provide 4 weeks of salary support at 80% of the person's salary. 4 weeks of salary support is about $5,000 to $6,000 for the average employee. Importantly, this is going to be a rare event for your company. The living donor rate is only about 4 per 100,000, so you can become a member of the Circle of Excellence without any cost up front. In addition to providing financial support for your employees who choose to be a donor, this is really removing a stigma that's associated with donation. If you think about it, this is not like breaking your leg so you need time off of work. This is something you're choosing to do, and so people perceive that as perhaps showing a lack of commitment to the company or to their workplace. So making this explicit in your sick leave policy is really important beyond the financial support. There's also huge societal benefits to living donation that you're enabling by implementing this policy. We all know that our healthcare system is in trouble at the moment. Each kidney transplant that is done saves the healthcare system over $500,000 compared to treatment with dialysis. So I really hope that you'll consider joining the Circle of Excellence. It's a very powerful feeling when you know that you're helping heroes do their thing. Thanks for listening.
And we're here this evening at the Paradox Hotel at the inaugural Living Donor Circle of Excellence event put on by the BC and Yukon Branch. Quite exciting as people are starting to arrive. And this event is to honor living donors, but also to speak about the importance of living donation and ways that businesses and companies can get involved. It's a lot of excitement going on, and we're catching people as they're coming up and signing in. So we've got a few people to talk to. Join us. And joining the inaugural festivities this evening is the Honourable Katrine Conroy, MLA for West Kootenays and Minister of Forests. It's an honour to have you here this evening, Katrina.
I'm really happy to be here as a living donor myself 12 years ago. I really want to help out the Kidney Foundation as much as I can because the Kidney Foundation helped us out, and the fact that you've got companies coming on site to do this, to support people that are living donors, I think is incredible. So I'm so honored to be here.
When I saw you, I thought this must be a very passionate evening for you, having been a living donor. And I think you were saying 12 years in
12
May
years
it was?
ago. Yes, 12 years ago I was part of a domino transplant. My late husband got a kidney in Vancouver, and I donated a kidney in Toronto.
Oh, so part of the paired exchange.
Paired exchange, yeah, it was great. There was six different people in the paired exchange, and it was my husband lived another 10 years because of it.
Well, you've been quite an advocate for transplantation and building awareness, and we're always so appreciative. What many of our viewers aren't aware of is that currently around 26% of donors across Canada are living donors, and they're not even necessarily a family connection.
Definitely. I had no connection to the person I donated to, and my husband got a kidney the same day and had no connection to the person he got a kidney from. And you can live just fine with only one kidney. I've ran a few 10Ks. I've got a pretty busy job, and I have lots of traveling, and I function really well. And so people can be very healthy with just one kidney, and it's such an honor to be able to donate while you're still alive and give somebody else that gift of life.
And that's such important information that we can live. We have two kidneys, but we can live a healthy life with one.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah. And with the Living Donor event here this evening, it's about getting companies involved.
It's great. And then the fact that companies are coming forward and want to help people to be living donors, because I know at the time I did the donation, I was working. My husband was on disability pension, and if I hadn't been able to carry on getting a salary, I couldn't have afforded to do it. And I got significant help from not only my employer but also from the Kidney Foundation, and we were very grateful for that, because if that hadn't have happened, it would have been really difficult for us to do it. We would have had to borrow all kinds of money. But just because I was traveling to Toronto, and so no family in Toronto. But it's so incredible that companies are stepping forward to help people out to do this.
Well, thank you so much for all your advocacy over the years.
Well,
and I know they're waiting for you inside, so we won't keep you any longer. But thank you.
Thank you so much. It's a real honor to be here. Thank you for all you do. Thanks.
And joining us this evening at the Living Donor Circle of Excellence is a very special guest, Joanne Gwynn. Well, Joanne, welcome to our first inaugural Living Donor Circle of Excellence. It's great to have you here.
It is so wonderful to be here, Barbara.
Well, I'm going to let you introduce yourself to our viewers, because you're a very special guest. Not even from Vancouver, you're actually from
Cherry Hill, New Jersey. It is a little town outside of Philadelphia. That's where our national office is at the American Society of Transplantation. My role specifically with the organization is the Chief Development Officer. So, I'm very involved in the relationships with our industry partners as well as local businesses as they're supporting the Living Donor Circle of Excellence.
And we're hosting the inaugural one here in Canada, here in Vancouver.
Yes.
At the BC Yukon Branch. As you were saying, it was launched a couple of years ago, but this year in June of 2021 was the first in-person one.
It was in person. COVID has done so many strange things in the things that we've been doing. So what's been exciting about this is that we have the Kidney Foundation of Canada being a strategic partner and just expanding the program in North America. So having them a part of this has just been remarkable, that we're really doing a lot of good both in the United States and in Canada.
So I heard a lot about it from our Director of Philanthropy, who is Ramya Hozak, who attended. But I want to hear first from you, how did that feel, having it in person?
Oh, it was so wonderful. I think what has happened through the COVID experience is that you really missed that one-on-one connection. So we were really excited about being in person. It was an opportunity to really celebrate both our Circle members and, as you know, the Living Donor Circle of Excellence is a corporate recognition program where they are eliminating the financial barriers for those who decide to be a living donor. So we also were celebrating living donors themselves. It was an exciting time for them to share their stories, and also to get transplant professionals and local businesses involved in just the philanthropic idea behind this program.
So there really is, this is really a fascinating, it's a new program for us, or a new initiative bringing here. And it's very fascinating because it has a lot of legs to it.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think the exciting part about this is their employees are the invaluable assets in creating the success. And this is one way to show their support and commitment to their employees when they decide to become, a living donor. It's a truly altruistic act. If you look at the hundreds of thousands who are on the waiting list, this is just one small way that we can give back in the gift of life to basically eliminate, the wait list.
Oh, isn't that a wonderful, wonderful thought?
It is. It really is. And we're excited of you participating and becoming a strategic partner of this initiative for us.
So what are you looking forward to most this evening?
Just meeting everyone. and getting to know them. It's as I said, my first time in Vancouver, and it's wonderful to be here.
And I know there's a lot awaiting for you inside, so I won't hold you up any longer, but thanks so much for coming
Thank
up this
you so
evening.
much.
It was a pleasure to have you join us on Plugged In.
Thank you so much. It was great to be here.
Thanks, Joanne. Wade Haley, the president of the BC Yukon Branch Board of Directors.
Hi.
Wonderful to have you here this evening.
Oh, so proud to be here.
And for you, you are a transplant recipient, kidney transplant recipient.
That's correct.
There must be a lot of pride involved in this inaugural.
Absolutely. Having received the gift of organ transplant just about 8 years ago, I understand what it's like to receive that gift. And really as we're going out to the masses and promoting organ donor awareness to the community and the support of this organization, we're so proud to be a part of that, so proud to be here tonight.
What are you looking forward to the most this evening?
I'm looking forward to really connecting to the organizations that join this organization. I want to ask them personal questions of why you chose to join this organization, because I think there's a story to tell there. Companies really want to give back to their employees, and I just want to learn more about that process and again, understand the why behind that.
And what a fabulous opportunity it is, right, for businesses to connect and to support something like this.
Absolutely. There's so much goodwill to be had for the organization and for the employees and their families. And again, supporting patients through that journey. We can remove that financial burden for the employees and the patients so that more apps perhaps donate. Just remove the barriers. It's really, really incredible.
And then we're going to see the living donors this evening. Many of them stand up and be acknowledged. Stand up.
To me personally, that's just so powerful to see that and just feel that. I've been through that. I know what that emotion is like, and it's just all the good feels.
Well, I'll let you go because the evening's about to start, but thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
And
Cheers.
we'll see you in there.
Thanks.
So we want to start off by introducing yourselves first and tell us about your transplant journey and why you decided to do that.
I was fortunate enough to have gone through the experience of kidney donation, watching my mom donate. My mom had donated a kidney to my cousin. He had juvenile diabetes and in his early 20s needed a kidney, and my mom stepped up and not a thought otherwise. She just took it on. And so when time came for his brother, my cousin Stacy, who is my kidney cousin, to need a kidney, the phone call went out. It went out to my siblings. Everybody was going to get tested, but I was like, let me start. I just have this feeling, I have this gut feeling that I'm going to be a perfect match. Mom was a perfect match. I'm going to be a perfect match. This thing's going to work. And so we went, we just said, let's do this thing. Phoned Stacy and Kelly and let them know that I was going to start the process. And down the road we went, seeing my mother do it, seeing her strength and compassion for our family. It was very powerful. And so it seemed just like the natural thing to do. It didn't occur to me not to do it.
I've got a food truck business in Abbotsford, and one of my customers, who I didn't know his name until June of last year or the year before, came out of the store and he looked like crap. And I asked him what was up, and he told me they just found out that he needed a transplant. And I know you can live on one kidney easily, and I didn't know what my blood type was, and I offered, and he thought I was joking, and the next day I got tested and started the ball, and months later found out I was a perfect match.
So I donated to my then girlfriend, now wife, who's here today. We actually went through the paired exchange program. So she did have a potential donor that was through the paired exchange, and the chain about 2 weeks before her transplant was going to happen, it fell apart. So I went through the testing process with her two brothers. There was no match through her family, no direct match, and I ended up being the direct match through the paired exchange. So we went through the process in 2013 and November 19th, and yeah. So.
That is truly altruistic. Jack, your life changed because your girlfriend married you for this.
Yeah, that's better than an engagement ring, right?
Are you still married? You're still married, right? Just checking.
Yeah, married with 2 kids now.
That's awesome. Suzanne, how do you think this has changed your life?
I mean, for one, it extended the life of my cousin. I got to watch him enjoy more of his life than he would have gotten to otherwise. He was on daily dialysis at home, and I used to go over and visit with him and stay with him occasionally when I was there for work, business, and he was dying. just dying at home, and he was depressed, and he was sad, and he was sick. He was so sick. And so just that in itself, like the joy of watching him be able to get out of the house and go and do things, and go and, visit friends and family, all of that, gave me so much joy. And then I just felt like I needed to do more, and so I joined the board, and I have participated in some of the kidney walks, and and here we are. And so I just, to be part of this amazing community and sit up here with other living donors and hear other people's stories, for me, this would just always be something I do.
Seeing Tim, I guess, was the best thing. We're friends, more acquaintances, but. We still
you don't hang out regularly now?
Not a lot, no. Just life's busy, but he'll come by the stand and I'll rip into him. And they did a little documentary, and at the end of it, I slapped a little paper on the back that said "kidney thief" on the back of him.
And he doesn't get any freebies at your food truck since you gave him a kidney.
Everybody loves hot dogs, and we've put out a campaign that anybody who wants to donate will give you free hot dogs for life.
Nice.
So.
I love it.
Yeah, I've actually gotten a free hot dog from his dad.
It's not simple. It's quite a process, for good reason, right? You need to be a good match. You need to be healthy. You need to have all the things, all of the health things lined up. But in the big scheme of things, it's literally, it's nothing.
It's such a big thing you're doing for someone. You're saving someone's life, and the gratitude you feel after it's done, knowing the impact you had, it's priceless. And then hopefully you can start that butterfly effect, the chain reaction, and other people hear your story, might get motivated from it. But it's, I say if you have the chance to help any way you can, go 2 feet and go forward, yeah.
To donate a kidney, it's pretty much exactly the same recovery that a woman would do of having a cesarean. And, by the time you die, you're going to use 0.4 of one kidney, and you've got 2 of them. So it's kind of an easy thing to do, and obviously it worked out well for Tim.
Actually, I would have compared it to my cesarean, because I had a cesarean, and I when you said that, I was like, yeah, you're not wrong, 100%. But that passes. It's a unique way to be able to give back and help someone in a way that you couldn't help in any other way.
We got 2 kids now, which is awesome. None of that would have happened if this transplant didn't happen. So just seeing that life of 2 kids that we have created now, and the little family we have, it's pretty awesome. It's hard to explain, but yeah.
The look on Tim's face the morning after the operation, I walked across the hall and I asked him, I said, apart from not being on dialysis and apart from us being bruised up from being chopped up, how do you feel? And he didn't say anything. He just looked at me with a unique smile. He had a tear running down his face, and, it's the best feeling in the world. But realistically, it was just a piece of cake. It was so easy to do. Laid on the table, they knocked me out, I woke up.
I think we found our spokesperson for the next campaign.
You actually reminded me of something on the day that we did the kidney donation. My cousin, they were like, no, you can't get out of bed. He was determined. He got out of bed and he walked down to my room where I had just finally come, through from recovery. And you're higher than a kite and all of those things. But just the look on his face was magic. I can't actually explain it to you. Sorry. Sorry. But just to have that moment, to be able to see that look on someone's face, to know that you've given them something that they needed more than anything in the world, is huge. So if, tell your friends, bring a company buddy along, sign up, let's do this thing.
It's an easy process. Spread the word. Get free hot dogs.
Hot dogs for everybody.
Denis Lapierre, so great to see you here this evening at our Living Donor Circle of Excellence. What brings you here this evening?
Well, I think it's a very important cause. Speaking with people from the Kidney Foundations, it seems that there are some obstacles to being able to donate a kidney, so hopefully we can raise some awareness and we get more donors. I work for Abbott Diabetes Care, and we're, as you probably know, many people with kidney failure who need transplants have diabetes, so everything we can do to help make sure that people don't get to that stage, that would be even better.
Actually, one of the key messages we get out there is that diabetes is one of the leading causes of kidney disease. So what an important association between the two, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, hopefully you're going to enjoy yourself this evening.
That sounds good. Thank you. Glad to be here.
Have a nice evening.
Good luck.
We'll catch you inside.
Thank you.
So I'm Maxime Moreau with Otsuka. I'm Associate Director External Relations. I'm here today as you see the pin. Otsuka is a Circle of Excellence member, and we're here to support the cause.
And it's pretty exciting. We're so pleased to have you here this evening. It's the inaugural one.
I'm excited to be here, and it's great that we're able to come in on the first level of this group with you guys.
And Otsuka is right at the forefront of that.
And we're very excited to be there, and we're looking forward to be able to partner and share the news and increase your potential of living donors and spread the good word.
What are you looking forward to the most for this evening, Max?
Getting to see people in person after 2 years of Zooms.
Oh, true. Well, thanks for being here, and we'll let you go so you get more information, and we'll catch you inside.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Yeah, I think it's a really important initiative because the benefits to society are massive at very little or almost no cost. And that's why when the opportunity came our way to participate, we jumped at it because it's a bit of a no-brainer. Removing that barrier to transplants, that financial barrier for someone who wants to be a donor, be a hero, but can't afford to take the time off work or make that financial sacrifice. Well, it's where the company can step in to take care of that and remove that barrier, that limit that otherwise might prevent someone from going ahead. Signing up and being a part of this program was simply a piece of cake. Usually when asks come our way, there's an immediate ask, there's a direct ask financially otherwise, and this is something that lays the groundwork and the opportunity for support in the future, but doesn't necessarily require an immediate commitment. And it shows beyond just the financial, it says that the company is behind, in macro, this initiative and what living donations mean to the society as a whole.
So I've got a little food truck business in Abbotsford. We specialize in Nathan's footlong hot dogs on a custom pretzel bun. And if you donate a kidney, I will give you free hot dogs for life. It's a win-win.